Aging is a natural process that we all must face, and with it come inevitable changes, both physically and mentally. While these changes can be challenging, they also offer opportunities for growth and reflection. One of the most powerful ways to embrace this process is through the way we communicate, especially with those closest to us. The words we choose have a profound impact on our well-being, our relationships, and our overall happiness. In our later years, the way we speak about ourselves, our health, and our loved ones can either foster a sense of connection and peace or lead to feelings of isolation and negativity. Therefore, it's crucial to examine the words we use, especially when discussing topics like health, aging, and family dynamics. By making simple adjustments in how we communicate, we can improve our quality of life, strengthen our relationships, and ultimately live our golden years with grace and fulfillment. In this expanded guide, we will explore 3 key things not to say as you age, along with actionable strategies to help you cultivate a mindset that empowers you to live your best life after 65. 1. Don't complain too much about your health. As we age, it's natural to experience changes in our physical health. We may notice our joints aching, our energy levels decreasing, and our bodies not performing as they once did. These physical changes can be frustrating and sometimes even painful, making it tempting to complain about our ailments. However, constant complaints about health issues can have unintended consequences, not only on our mental and emotional well-being, but also on our relationships with others. Complaining is often a way for us to express our discomfort and frustration, and it's easy to fall into the habit of talking about our aches and pains. But have you ever stopped to consider whether discussing these issues repeatedly is truly helping? Does complaining make us feel better, or does it deepen our frustration and negative mindset? When we complain, we temporarily release the emotional pressure of our discomfort. It's a way of expressing our dissatisfaction with the changes happening in our bodies. However, this release is often short-lived. While we may feel momentarily relieved by sharing our grievances, it rarely leads to a long-term solution. In fact, the more we focus on our problems, the more magnified they can become. Complaining does not alleviate pain, nor does it improve our health. It simply intensifies the sense of dissatisfaction and frustration that we feel. Over time, this constant focus on discomfort can negatively affect our emotional state, preventing us from experiencing joy or peace. Shifting the focus from complaints to acceptance. Rather than complaining about health issues, it is far more beneficial to shift our mindset toward acceptance. Accepting the natural process of aging and the changes it brings is not about giving up or resigning to a life of misery. It's about acknowledging that our bodies, like all things, are subject to the passage of time, and that this is a normal and inevitable part of the human experience. Acceptance can be difficult, especially when we struggle with new limitations or loss of independence. However, it is a crucial step in moving toward peace and contentment. By embracing the reality that our bodies may not function as they once did, we free ourselves from the constant battle against time and focus instead on what we still have. The lines on our face, the gray in our hair, the creaks in our joints. These are not just signs of decline. They are testaments to the life we've lived. Each wrinkle tells a story. Each ache is a memory of a life well lived, and every step we take is a reminder of the roads we've walked. When we accept this, we can focus on the many gifts of aging: wisdom, resilience, and the ability to appreciate the simple joys of life. The power of small actions and gratitude. While accepting the aging process is essential, it's also important to take small actions to improve our well-being. Rather than focusing on what we can no longer do, let's shift our attention to what we can do to feel better. Maybe it's going for a daily walk, eating more vegetables, practicing deep breathing exercises, or finding ways to relax and reduce stress. These small, positive actions can help us regain a sense of control over our health and well-being, which is empowering. Gratitude also plays a pivotal role in transforming our mindset. In moments of discomfort or frustration, take a moment to pause and reflect on what you're thankful for. Whether it's the opportunity to spend time with loved ones, the ability to enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning, or simply being able to wake up and experience another day, focusing on gratitude can shift your emotional state from despair to hope. The more we practice gratitude, the easier it becomes to see the positive aspects of our lives, even when faced with challenges. Instead of dwelling on the limitations that aging brings, we can begin to focus on the richness of the present moment. 2. Don't speak poorly of your children, grandchildren, or others. In our later years, we often have more time to reflect on the relationships in our lives, especially those with our children and grandchildren. As we observe the next generation navigating their own lives, it's easy to feel frustrated or even critical of their choices. After all, we've lived through decades of experiences, and it's natural to believe we know what's best for them. However, expressing negative opinions or speaking poorly about our loved ones can have lasting effects on our family bonds, eroding trust and creating emotional distance. When we criticize our children or grandchildren, we may do so out of concern or frustration, but we must recognize the impact of our words. Criticism, even when well-intended, can create emotional walls between generations. It can lead to feelings of resentment, hurt, and misunderstanding, and over time, this can weaken the ties that bind us to those we love most. Generational differences and the need for understanding. One of the challenges of aging is that we often view the world through the lens of our own experiences. The world has changed dramatically over the decades, and our children and grandchildren are navigating a reality that is vastly different from the one we grew up in. Technology, social dynamics, and cultural shifts have all shaped their experiences, and it's important for us to recognize and honor these differences. When we speak critically of younger generations, we may not fully understand the pressures and challenges they face. The fast-paced, digital world they live in is very different from the one we knew, and their struggles may not always align with our expectations. This generational gap can sometimes cause frustration, but rather than focusing on the differences, we can make a conscious effort to listen and empathize with their experiences. The value of compassionate communication. To foster stronger family connections, it's essential to replace criticism with compassion. Instead of focusing on what our children or grandchildren are doing wrong, let's try to see things from their perspective. By listening with an open heart and offering support rather than judgment, we can build deeper, more meaningful relationships. Offering encouragement and understanding can go a long way in helping them navigate their own challenges while reinforcing the love and trust that bind us together. It's also important to remember that the way we speak to our loved ones sets the tone for the relationship. If we approach them with kindness, patience, and understanding, we create an environment in which they feel safe and valued. On the other hand, harsh words and criticism can leave emotional scars that may take years to heal. By choosing our words carefully and speaking with love and respect, we can nurture our family bonds and ensure that our relationships remain strong throughout our later years. Building stronger bonds. Through encouragement, instead of defaulting to criticism, we can choose to foster an environment of encouragement, where words are used to inspire and uplift rather than tear down. Just imagine the transformative power of offering words of kindness and support instead of focusing on flaws or shortcomings. When we shift our mindset from seeing problems to seeing potential, we begin to create a more positive atmosphere. Encouraging words can help others feel seen, heard, and appreciated, building trust and intimacy within relationships. This shift in how we communicate can have a ripple effect, strengthening family ties and deepening emotional connections. In place of saying things like, "You never listen," or "You always forget," try saying, "I know you care, and I appreciate it when you take a moment to really hear me." By framing our feedback in a more compassionate way, We offer room for growth and improvement without inflicting emotional harm. And this approach not only helps those we love feel safe and supported, but also encourages them to open up and engage with us in more meaningful ways. Imagine, instead of criticizing your children or grandchildren for their choices, telling them, "I see how hard you're working, and I know you're doing your best. Let's figure this out together." These words offer not just a sense of approval, but a genuine desire to support, guide, and connect. They build bridges where walls once stood. The impact of constant criticism on family dynamics. Family is often considered the cornerstone of our support system, especially as we grow older. Yet, it's easy for those relationships to become strained when criticism takes the forefront. The impact of harsh words or frequent judgment can be devastating, especially when directed at those who are closest to us. Criticism, even when cloaked in concern, can create a barrier between generations, leading to misunderstandings and emotional distance. As we age, we might feel a sense of loss or desire to control aspects of life that seem out of our reach. This can manifest in the way we speak to our loved ones. We might criticize our children's parenting styles, their career choices, or the way they live their lives. We may even speak negatively about our grandchildren's behaviors or their lack of traditional values. But this kind of communication has consequences. It erodes trust and creates an environment where loved ones feel they cannot be themselves. Imagine a grandparent constantly criticizing their grandchild for not following certain traditions or not living up to the family's expectations. Instead of teaching, this criticism may cause the child to feel alienated, as though their efforts are never good enough. Over time, the child may begin to withdraw, avoiding interactions with that grandparent altogether. This kind of emotional distancing is painful for both parties, especially when it is based on misunderstandings and unmet expectations. The joy of positive reinforcement and appreciation words have the ability to transform a relationship in an instant. Positive reinforcement, gentle encouragement, and expressions of appreciation can open hearts and strengthen bonds. Rather than focusing on what is wrong, we can focus on what is right. This shift in perspective doesn't mean we ignore challenges or dismiss concerns. It simply means we choose to approach situations with empathy and understanding. Consider a scenario where a grandparent notices their grandchild is struggling with schoolwork. Instead of saying, "You need to focus more, you're falling behind," a more supportive approach would be, "I know you're having a tough time with this, but I believe in your ability to get through it. Let's find a way to tackle this together." In this example, the grandparent acknowledges the child's difficulty while offering encouragement and support, rather than criticism. This change in communication does more than just improve the child's confidence. It fosters a sense of mutual respect. The child feels understood, and the grandparent is able to offer help in a way that encourages growth, rather than instilling fear or anxiety. Positive reinforcement, no matter how small, can be the catalyst for tremendous change in relationships. When we choose to focus on what our loved ones are doing right, rather than what they're doing wrong, we create an environment where they feel encouraged and motivated to continue striving for the best version of themselves. The ripple effect of encouragement in family life. When we choose to speak kindly and supportively, we create an atmosphere of love and warmth that reverberates throughout our family. This ripple effect extends far beyond the immediate moment, shaping the way future generations communicate and interact. Just as negative words can create division and pain, positive words can foster unity and joy. Imagine a family gathering where each member feels valued and supported, where compliments flow freely, and where people are encouraged to share their experiences and insights. In this environment, not only do individuals feel more connected to each other, but they also feel empowered to be themselves. Children, grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren learn the importance of kindness and respect through the words and actions of the older generations. These lessons of love and encouragement are passed down from one generation to the next, creating a legacy of compassion and understanding. Additionally, when we model positive communication in our family relationships, we encourage others to do the same. A parent who speaks lovingly to their children is more likely to raise children who speak kindly to others. A grandparent who offers words of encouragement will inspire their grandchildren to do the same with their peers. The words we choose today become the foundation for the relationships of tomorrow. The healing power of connection. Many people, particularly as they grow older, begin to wonder whether it's too late to make new connections. The thought of reaching out to others or participating in social activities can feel intimidating, especially when one feels disconnected from the world around them. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that the opportunity for new friendships or experiences has passed, but nothing could be further from the truth. It's never too late to forge new relationships or engage in social activities that promote a sense of belonging. Building meaningful connections doesn't require grand gestures or complicated plans. Often, it can start with something as simple as a friendly conversation with a neighbor or a phone call to check in on a relative. These small interactions are more than just acts of kindness. They are acts of love toward oneself. Each moment of connection, no matter how brief, is a reminder that we are still part of a larger world, still capable of giving and receiving affection. Furthermore, in today's world, technology offers even more opportunities to connect, no matter where we are. While technology can feel overwhelming at times, it also acts as a bridge that helps us stay in touch with family, friends, and even strangers. Video chats with loved ones, joining online groups centered around shared interests, or participating in virtual events are all ways to combat feelings of loneliness and maintain a sense of connection. The beauty of modern technology is that it transcends geographical boundaries, allowing individuals to feel involved regardless of physical distance. And it's not just for the younger generation. These tools are available to everyone, providing an opportunity to connect, learn, and engage with the world. Why we must not let isolation steal our joy. Living in isolation doesn't just rob us of the immediate joy of companionship. It has long-lasting effects on our mental and physical health. But by embracing connection, even in the smallest ways, we can counteract the negative impacts of solitude. You deserve to be surrounded by laughter, love, and warmth every single day, and it's possible to achieve that with just a small step forward. Saying hello to someone nearby, sharing a moment of conversation, or simply asking how someone is doing can spark the beginnings of meaningful connections. In reconnecting with others, we not only enrich our own lives, but we also contribute to the well-being of those around us. When we share our stories and experiences, we open up opportunities for others to do the same. We create a space for mutual support, where both parties feel heard, seen, and valued. It's through these shared experiences that we find strength, and as we share our hearts, we heal together. The importance of health in aging. As we age, it's easy to fall into the belief that declining health is simply a part of growing older. Familiar aches and pains, changes in physical appearance, and the onset of various health conditions can all contribute to a sense of inevitability regarding aging. However, aging should not be viewed as a sentence to decline. Yes, our bodies may lose some of the flexibility and vitality they once had, but the quality of our later years is entirely within our control. How we take care of our bodies today will directly impact how we feel tomorrow, and the day after that. Health is the foundation of everything that truly matters in life. It allows us to enjoy the moments that bring us joy, whether it's sharing laughter with loved ones, enjoying the beauty of a sunset, or simply feeling comfortable in our own skin. Without good health, even the most cherished experiences can feel distant or unattainable. Moreover, neglecting our health doesn't just affect us. It affects those who love us. Our families, friends, and loved ones experience our struggles alongside us, and it's a burden they must bear. It's vital that we take care of our health not only for our own well-being, but for the sake of those who care about us. Small changes, big impact. One of the most common misconceptions among older adults is that it's too late to start taking care of our health. This belief often arises from a sense of resignation, believing that our bodies have already reached a point of no return. But the truth is that it's never too late to make changes that will positively affect our health. Even small, consistent efforts can have a profound impact. Regular physical activity, such as walking or stretching, can improve cardiovascular health, boost mood, and increase mobility. Eating a balanced, nutrient-rich diet can enhance energy levels, improve digestion, and reduce the risk of chronic conditions like diabetes and hypertension. It's also important to address mental health with the same level of care as physical health. Prolonged isolation, anxiety, and depression are common concerns among older adults, and they can significantly affect quality of life. However, taking proactive steps to nurture mental health can be just as transformative as taking care of the body. Whether it's engaging in a hobby, practicing mindfulness, or connecting with others, it's important to prioritize emotional well-being. Regular health checkups are another crucial component of maintaining overall health. Many older adults overlook minor health issues, believing they're insignificant. But these seemingly small concerns can escalate into more significant problems if ignored. Visiting the doctor regularly allows for early detection and prevention of serious conditions. It's not about being afraid of the doctor's office. It's about being proactive and giving ourselves the best chance to enjoy our later years without unnecessary pain or suffering. The importance of mental health. Mental health is just as essential as physical health, especially as we age. Loneliness, anxiety, and depression are not uncommon among older adults, but there are ways to combat these challenges. Staying mentally engaged, whether through hobbies, social activities, or learning new skills, can keep the mind sharp and help ward off feelings of isolation. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, or even simple breathing exercises can also be powerful tools in managing stress and maintaining mental clarity. Ultimately, taking care of our mental health involves prioritizing activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, reading a book, or pursuing a passion, engaging in activities that lift our spirits is crucial for emotional well-being. Embracing the golden years with health, connection, and purpose. As we age, it's easy to view the future with a sense of uncertainty or even dread. But growing older doesn't have to mean declining health or isolation. By prioritizing both physical and mental health, building meaningful connections with others, and making small, positive changes in our daily routines, we can embrace our golden years with vitality, joy, and purpose. It's never too late to take control of your health, build new connections, or find happiness in the little things. Remember, every small step you take today leads to a brighter, more fulfilling tomorrow. Your health is your most valuable asset. Treat it as such, and you'll be able to enjoy the beauty of life, surrounded by love, laughter, and connection.